Good afternoon. Today, Tyler Terry pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder in the first degree and 12 other felonies in St. Louis County Circuit Court. Terry pleaded guilty to the murders of Dr. Sergei Zakharev and Barbara Goodkin on May 15, 2021 in St. Louis County when these crimes occurred. He also pled guilty to assault first degree, attempted first degree, robbery in the first degree, 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon, firing at a motor vehicle, and 7 counts of armed criminal action. He also committed these crimes when he committed these crimes, on May 15, 2021. Today, the court, pursuant to negotiations with 4 different counties, 2 in South Carolina, as well as Nashville, in an agreement pursuant with those other jurisdictions, the court sentenced Terry to life in prison without possibility of parole and multiple life sentences, all to be run consecutively. He was given the maximum sentence on all of these counts, and again, they're all running consecutively, and that's consecutive with the other jurisdictions as well. So he will be incarcerated for the rest of his life without the possibility of any kind of parole. This plea was reached in a complicated negotiation process involving our office at the St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney's Office and prosecuting attorneys' offices in South Carolina and Tennessee, as I mentioned before. Mr. Terry previously pled guilty to murdering Thomas Hardin and Eugene Simpson in South Carolina and Dontario Coates in Tennessee. Prosecutors in multiple circuits in all 3 states, including our office, agreed to this plea. And with this plea, we are minimizing the possibility of the appeals and things of that nature which would go if this matter went to trial or what have you. Before we take a few questions, representatives for the major case squad are here with us, and I want to make certain before I bring Chief Knox up here to give a few remarks, I want to just again commend them on the tremendous work that they did, not only in this case, but as my time as prosecutor, the work that this unit and the departments that make up this unit do is just tremendous, and they have been a tremendous partner. And the residents of this region should know that they have a unit that is doing literally world-class work when it comes to prosecuting cases and keeping our residents safe. So, Chief Knox.
Thank you, Prosecuting Attorney Bell. My name is Rick Knox. I'm a retired police chief out of Olivet. I am the executive director of the Major Case Squad of Greater St. Louis, and I want to talk about the individual officers and investigators. We had, between these 2 cases, between 30 and 35 investigators working on these cases, and we got our suspects in custody within a few days in South Carolina. The men and women that stand behind me with the Major Case Squad are dedicated for these type of cases, and all the way from running down leads to looking at videos. And once we zeroed in on these individuals, we traveled to South Carolina. Once we had one of the suspects in custody, we came back, and a few days later, they had another individual in custody, and we sent officers back down there. I am more proud of the officers behind me, and I can't thank Prosecutor Wesley Bell for all the hard work that he has done for law enforcement in the St. Louis metropolitan area. And he was exemplary, his office, in prosecuting these individuals who are responsible for these crimes. One last thing before I forget. My heart and thoughts go out with the victims of both the Goodkins family and the Zakharoff family. I know it's been hard for them, but they were part of our team also. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I have individuals behind me that might be able to answer some of those questions.
Can you talk a little bit about kind of the complicated process in which it went down as far as the warrants go, considering that they were all wanted for murder in some of the states?
That's not.
Yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with, and before I answer that question, I want to echo Chief Knox's statements. Our thoughts and prayers are obviously with the families of the victims, and they truly were a part of our team. And this particular defendant got what he deserved. For those who were in the courtroom, the two of the family members gave victim impact statements, and you could understand how tough that was for them. And the defendant even laughed at one point. And so, you know, these acts were just terrible. They were heartless. And as Mr. Zakharoff said, we're just happy that we can help him close that chapter, or as he said, burn the file so that he can move on with his life and his family. With respect to warrants, yeah, it can be complicated when you get into different jurisdictions. Obviously, we issued warrants, and we worked with taking the lead of the major case squad to make certain that everything that needed to be done from our office was done, and coordinating, once we had our suspects, coordinating with the other offices. And so obviously the major case squad of Greater St. Louis, the Chester County Sheriff's Office in Chester County, South Carolina, and there's several others, but this truly was a coordinated and team effort to bring justice to these families.
Are you going through the same process with Adrian?
So yes, now we're starting the process of bringing Adrian here. As we mentioned before, Mr. Taylor pled guilty in South Carolina. Nashville was a lot easier because there was only one count. This one was a lot more. We had 14 counts. And so yes, we'll be doing that. And so we're working on those logistics to get Adrian back here as well. But that will be done as well.
He was spared the death penalty as part of this plea.
Well, as you know, our position is that we don't ask for the death penalty. But as part of this agreement, all three counties agreed that that both defendants would receive life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Whenever you said Adrian's innocent, you're starting the process of bringing her here, does that mean she'll be facing charges and be sentenced here?
Yes. She will be held to account right here in St. Louis County, as well as the other jurisdictions. I believe she's in South Carolina now, obviously in prison there. The first crimes happened there, and so they had custody of them, and so obviously they went through that process there, and now and through Nashville, and then they'll be coming here as well.
Are you expecting the same outcome
Yes.
that happened today?
Yes. Yeah, you asked about with respect to remorse of the defendant, and again, our focus is on our victims and our victims' families. you know, when someone commits horrible acts like this, you know, I don't know if the remorse, you know, it affects victims differently. Some of them want to know that the person recognizes what they did was wrong. Some of them don't care because they lost their loved one. And so, you know, as a prosecutor, we are focused on bringing justice and closure as much as we can to our victims and doing everything that we can to fight for them. And that's always been my focus.
Where will Terry serve his time?
My understanding is that he will go back to South Carolina. He has consecutive sentences, meaning life without parole, and then life without parole, then life without parole. Obviously, he's not going anywhere, and so he'll serve out his life sentence in the South Carolina prison.
Can you talk about just the amount of work all of law enforcement and the major case squad put into this case to be able to give these families of the victims some closure, you know, 3 years later?
This case was, we had the Goodkin murder on Delmar, and then Zakharov in Brentwood, and we didn't have them tied together, but we came up with scientific evidence that tied the two cases together, and like I said, we had between 30 and 35 investigators work in this case. It doesn't just stop once we get the individuals into custody. We had to continue to follow up. There's still a lot of interviews we still had to do. We had to work with the different venues, South Carolina, Tennessee, and then in St. Louis. And at the time, I don't know if you remember, this heinous crime gripped the St. Louis metropolitan area, that people were just coming home from dinner, and they were assaulted over on Delmar Boulevard. And Dr. Zakharov, he was just getting off an airplane coming back from Florida, and was just minding his business, just like we all do every day. And so there's a lot of things that we had to follow up, and we continue to follow up till we had a closure today with this individual. I don't have any.
The defendant did not give any type of statement. He was afforded that right. The judge asked him if he did want to make a statement, and he did not.
If you want to guess why, do you think he was trying to get from point A to point B, why it was necessary?
I'm not going to speculate as to what would make someone be able to do such heinous acts. And our job is to hold them accountable. That's what we've done with the great work of the Major Case Squad and all of the contributing departments. And the job's not done. We have one other defendant that we intend to hold accountable. And so we look to do that. We hope that that's done in the next few months.
How has it been working with Stanley Goodkin and Sergey's family, you know, over these past few years?
Well, you know, they as was mentioned before, very much a part of the team. And I've said before, when we are not able to bring justice to a victim or a victim's family, this is the toughest job in the world. And when we are able to do that, especially a good man like this, this is one of the best jobs in the world. And so today we were able to, you know, we wish we could bring his loved one back to him, their loved ones back to him, but obviously we can't do that, but we can do everything we can to bring justice to these families. So, thank you.